Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. It's very simple. Pick a number now between 1 and 5 and I'll do a Psychic Tarot interpretation for you. Okay, you can have more than one number and let's go to the board right now and we'll rock and roll. Okay, so have you got your number? I've got my number in my mind. So we're doing card number 1. I see cigarettes, which is a sort of a symbol for, generally speaking, for addiction. Maybe there's some addictive habits or perhaps you come into contact with somebody who smokes or has some addictive habits. Okay, something to look at. It's very easy to get addicted to all sorts of things. One of my vices is drinking tea, and I probably drink way too much tea. And so humans can become addicted to anything, basically. Work, not just the obvious, drug, sex and alcohol, cigarettes type addictions, but even weird stuff, chocolate. Oh, here we go. Chocolate or work or exercise or whatever. 8 of Cups comes out. This is about leaving behind a sorry situation, okay, and moving forward with your life. That's what you're being called to do now. Maybe whatever your addiction might be, if you have one. And I think most people do have something that takes control of them from time to time. It might be overeating, even if you overeat just occasionally, or... yeah, it could be anything, but there's a movement away from it, okay? So there's a movement forward in your life to realise what are the things that actually control you, what's controlling you in your life right now, and how can you leave it behind and move forward with growth. See the green dress here, a lot of growth. The moon is new, and it's just come off the new moon phase and just going into the next phase, and there's a glint of light coming from the heavens to show you the way. Okay, so you're on your way now. This is about your emotions primarily, but you are making progress, so well done you. That's card number 1. Number 2, what do I see for number 2? Okay, there's a gold cup here and it's been raised into the sky towards the heavens, and it's like you're being given a gift. Cups are usually about holding energies, okay, often emotions. So holding the emotion within, feeling the emotion, but not venting it out all over the place, and holding it in to where the magic can happen, the alchemy can happen as you hold your emotions and you deal with them, acknowledge them and feel them at a very deep level. Okay, number 2, the card that comes out is the Ace of Wands. So as well as holding your emotions in, instead of venting them out all over the place, there's a sense here of inspiration and motivation, and Spirit is giving you a little gift. There's some growth and opportunity here with these leaves, but there's also the ability to take some action. It's coming down through your crown chakra. See this crown here with lots of little buds. You may or may not be able to see on your monitor. They're very hard to see, the buds, but they are there. This is the beginning of motivation for a new project, there could be like a source of spiritual strength, the seed of inspiration or creation going on here. Okay, so that's number 2, card number 2. All right, so now we're moving on to card number 3. What do I see? The Crown of Thorns. I'm still stuck on 2. Sorry, I can't move forward yet because when I close my eyes, I see the Crown of Thorns here. There's some sort of sacrifice involved in starting any new project. So, even if it's just thinking about it, you still got to put time and energy into those thoughts. Okay, and then I see the crown flowering. It reminds me a bit like one of those desert cactus plants that flower after a long time. and you get these beautiful flowers, and yeah, they don't come very often, but they are beautiful. So it's a bit like that. Okay, now we're moving on to number 3. Hope I've got this right. Hope I can move on. What do I see? Okay, a few mountains here. Mountains are usually challenges to be overcome, but they also make life interesting. Often, you know, voluntarily, we may choose a mountain voluntarily, and it's hard work, but the view at the top is worth it. So there's some success that comes out of it, and reward that comes out of working towards something. So it's like pick a goal in your mind and work towards it. Okay, two cards just come out. Yeah, the Queen of Cups and the Five of Swords. Firstly, the Five of Swords is about asking yourself, what in my life is controlling or dominating me? Okay, this is putting the woman into a submissive situation. Is this you? Or perhaps this is you. Maybe you're doing the controlling, or you're being controlled, okay? But look, in the background, there's a large pair of secateurs here and here. There's a sword here. You have the tools for freedom. You have the tools to cut any ties with being submissive and not being your authentic, true, strong self, okay? You don't have to be put up with being dominated. Whoever's doing the dominating probably has a high degree of intuition. You see this colour that's been worn here, this indigo blue colour. It's like the third eye. So they probably are very clever in some way, and they know how to dominate. Perhaps you don't even sort of realise at first that you're being dominated. It might take some sort of awakening or insight to realise that you're in a subordinate position somewhere, but you can change that because you have the tools. And one of the tools is listening to your feelings. Your emotions will let you know where the area of concern is in your life. She's seated on the edge of the ocean and also the shoreline, so in touch with the emotions and the subconscious, but still grounded in practical reality, not floating off with the airy-fairy stories or conspiracy theories or anything you might hear from outside. She's not doing that. She's grounded in practicality and listening to herself rather than paying a lot of attention to other people, looking at the big picture view, okay? That will help her overcome being servile or subordinate in some way, okay? Maybe it's yourself, maybe you're dominating yourself, making yourself do things. I am at the moment. I'm making myself do things that have to be done that I don't really feel like doing. And there's a time for that, but you can't keep that up permanently. And at some point, you have to stop treating yourself like a slave or a servant. Okay, so we're doing card number 4 now. Number 4, there's a mountain to climb. Again, challenges, and you may feel like you've already climbed this mountain before, but now you're in a similar situation again, and you have to do it again if you want to move forward. And that's the thing, you know, bringing heaven down to earth is not easy. And I keep saying grinding. I'm trying to say grounding it into reality is not easy. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it. So every time you had a brilliant idea, and you think, well, I can just do that. You know, how do I manifest it? And then you look at all the details and how hard it is to bring it to physical reality. It's a wonder anything gets done in the world at all. All right, the card that comes up, oh my gosh, it's the 10 of Swords. Okay, so this is not pleasant, and you might feel backstabbed in some way. You might feel hurt or betrayed in some way. There is good that comes out of this. Again, she's wearing red. Action has to be taken. She's wearing red, and it could feel like her lifeblood is fading away in some way, but on the upside, on the other side, there's a lot of butterflies here. So new life, it is about getting out of a situation. It's a difficult situation to get out of. However, you can do it. This is the end of the cycle. It's coming up, okay? You're almost there, so don't give up. Something is finishing up, and it's like in your life, it's like a new chapter is about to open in your life. And this will be a totally new direction in your life. So it takes time. It won't happen overnight, but the end of the cycle is coming and new life is coming. It is positive. Yes, it might not feel positive at the moment, or in the recent past, it might feel awful. However, it's all happening for the better. I feel a sense of grief around this for some people. I can feel it in my lungs as I'm speaking and up into my throat. And I was talking about addictions before, and even though addictions are not healthy, especially like, for example, cigarette addiction, it's a case of that's like a smoke screen over your emotions, and in some way the addiction might have helped you cope with a difficult personal situation or a situation at work. Maybe it's a professional situation. The addiction may have helped you cope with it. It's coming to an end, however, and that's a good thing. All right, number 5 is alive. Number 5 is alive. What do I see for number 5? Okay, I see a lamp by the bedside. This suggests to me that the light is on. You need to be cautious with your sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep. It's a basic sort of thing, but we don't pay enough attention often to the requirement of 7 to 8.5 hours every night. And keeping a routine, you know, a lot of us stay up and watch YouTube or something into the wee small early hours. You can't keep on doing that. You need your sleep. Otherwise, you know, exhaustion could follow. Not straight away, of course, but, you know, you need to start looking after yourself a bit better. Keeping a regular routine is part of that, and part of the routine is getting 7 to 8.5 hours of good solid sleep. Okay, so what do I see for number 5? Oh yes, messages coming up from your subconscious, and the card that comes up is the Page of Pentacles. Pages do bring messages, and this is about your finances or your possessions. Sometimes it can even indicate your physical body, but not so much. It's usually about your money. You don't have all of the information. That's okay. You do have enough information to make some decisions about your finance and to take some action about your finances, okay? But just listen to those messages coming up from within, because Spirit is trying to guide you even about money. Okay, so we've got no major arcana in all of these cards. Cups, wands, that's swords, cups, swords, pentacles. Okay, so pretty well across the board there. Interestingly, on Facebook today I had 4 major arcana, which is like unheard of. I don't remember that happening for years and years and years. And here we have no major arcana. So if you're watching on YouTube, then it's more or less a normal sort of week. If you've been watching on Facebook, then it's a week of life-changing decisions for many people. Okay. Alrighty, so that's it. I hope this is useful for you. I hope you've gleaned some sort of insight out of this reading today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, leave a like and a comment. I'd appreciate that. And if you're new, subscribe and be alive as well. Okay, thanks again. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.